Hello guys, in our former tutorials, we learned about the GET request and POST request. Now, it's time to unravel the basics of PUT request. So let's get started right away. We will begin by understanding what a PUT request is. Consider a basic example when we are trying to update an information already present on the server. For example, updating a profile or maybe updating details of a resource. What we are essentially engaging in is a PUT request. The HTTP PUT request basically creates a new resource in case it is not available on the server, or in case it is available, then it replaces the resource with a new resource that we are sending through a request payload. Let us study this PUT request with an example. So I have logged into Airbnb. If I have to edit my date of birth, in that case, after editing and saving the details, what we see is a PUT request. Let us see it in action. So I go on the edit button and I update the value. Let us say I set it to 10 this time. Previously it was 4 and now I have updated it to 10, and I click on the button save. Right now you can see under the network tab in developer tools is that a PUT request has got fired along with the request details. The request details are the date of birth, which is basically 10th of December 1990. So these details have got populated in my request payload, and for them I have received a response for it. So this is essentially a PUT request in action, wherein we update a resource that is located on the server with the new request payload that we are sending. Oftentimes, the PUT request and the POST request are confused, and hence let us understand their differences. Speaking about the differences in PUT method and POST method, generally in practice, we always use PUT method for update operations. As we saw in the Airbnb example, we updated the birth date for the respective user, and that resulted in a PUT operation. We use a POST method for create operation. In the previous tutorial for POST method, what we saw was a create operation when we created a user for the bookstore. The PUT method is idempotent. Thus, if you send the same request multiple times, it would result in single request modification no matter how many times we are sending the request. But that is not the case when it comes to a POST method. A POST method is not idempotent. Hence, if you request n times, then it would result in creation of n resources on the server. The response of a PUT method cannot be cached, and likewise is the case in POST method as well. The responses to a POST method cannot be cached, unless of course a cache control is implemented. The representation of a PUT method involves mentioning the respective ID to which the particular modification is to be made. As you can see in the slide over here, we have endpoint representation of a PUT method. In the PUT method, the method PUT is specified along with the URI and the respective ID to which modification is to be done. But so is not the case with POST method. In the endpoint you see here, the POST method along with the respective URI is mentioned and no specific ID is mentioned, as we are engaging in the operation of creation of the respective ID itself when we are engaging in a POST method. So these are the differences between PUT method and POST method. Now we are going to see PUT method in action in our Swagger tool as well as Postman. We are in the Swagger tool for the Bookstore API. By use of PUT request, we are going to update a book that is available with the user account. We are going to use this particular API for it. We have the PUT method followed by the path, which is bookstore v1 books, and the ISBN. This ISBN value is that of a book which the user already has. And when we send the request body, it is going to get replaced with the ISBN value of the book that we are going to send along. Also, you will notice that the user ID is added to that particular request body. This user ID will ensure that the user ID has the respective book, and that's the one that gets replaced with the new ISBN value that we are supplying in the request. Having learnt all of this, let us try this PUT request in the Postman tool. In the Postman tool, we have created a PUT method followed by the request URL. This request URL consists about the base URI along with the path that we saw in the Swagger tool. So an ISBN has been added as a path variable. You can see the ISBN value added over here. This value is nothing but the ISBN value of the book the user already has. Next, we move to the Authorization tab. In the Authorization tab, we have selected the basic authentication followed by the username and password. These are necessary to authenticate the user for which we are trying to replace the book with. Then we have the request headers where we have different set of headers and their respective values. We have authorization as the header name and its value is also displayed over here with phrase basic along with encoded credentials, that is the username and password that we had supplied previously in the Authorization tab. Alongside, we have a content type which is nothing but application JSON in our case. What it means is that we will be supplying the request body in JSON format. Lastly, we come to the request body which consists about the username and ISBN. This user ID belongs to the user account for which we are sending the credentials, that is the username and password. Secondly, that we see over here, another parameter is the ISBN value. This ISBN value is the one that we want the book to be replaced with. Now that everything in the request has been composed, it's time to send the put request to the server and see how the server responds to us for the request. Hence we click on the send button. The put request got sent to the server as we can see, and the server has responded with a response. The status code we have received for the request we sent is a 200 status code. Alongside, we have received a response body wherein the book has got replaced with the one that we had sent in the request body. In the request body, we had mentioned an ISBN ending in 18 and that's the one that has got added for the user account with the username as toolsqatest. Thus, this explains that the put request has got successfully sent to the server and we received a response as we expected.